Well, first of all, what was the 30 Rock writers' room like?
30 Rock writers' room was it was really fun. I mean, like, I've never been in another real writers' room, actually. Like, I mean, honestly. I mean, I've been in writers' room that are, like, we've made ourselves, like Derek writers' rooms. And,
Right.
like, things for, like, little sketches or things for, like, the movie or whatever. But as far as a television show, that's the only one. And I've been told from outside sources, like, oh, I mean, like, there were sometimes you'd work for 25 hours. Like, legit work 25-hour days, come in at 10, leave at 11 in the morning, you know, sleep for a little bit, and then come back for the table read. And it's a lot of work. And, like, but I've never laughed that hard before. Like, those guys, like Robert Carlock and Tina are just geniuses when it comes to jokes. And, like, Robert just does not stop. He's just so funny and keeps coming. And he won't. Both of them are like these machines where they're like, if the joke's not perfect, we're not leaving kind of thing.
Yep.
So like they take a huge amount of pride in their work, and I've never laughed that hard before. And like making him laugh, it's a lot like what I've heard SNL is like, where it's like, you know, if Lauren says good job, you know, like kind of thing,
Right.
Then that makes the day glow. Like you're just like you're the happiest person for the next year, and like. It was the same thing where, like, if I can make Robert laugh, if I can make him laugh at, like, a joke I pitched, if he just busts out laughing, I was just, like, I was on cloud nine.
Nice.
You know? But it's a hard room because they're all professionals. They've been doing it for a long time. They all have Emmys.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it was rough.
And to them, it's like it's become just like their career and their job, like where it's like this is like they have families and stuff like that,
Right,
right? Yeah,
right.
that's always a weird thing. Like where you like I met a lot of the modern family writers, and they're all just dudes in their
They're just
40s.
dudes, yeah.
And they've been writing since like Wings.
Yeah.
and they're just like these guys, and this is their life. But they're not like they're not ending the day going, I gotta rush and go to a show, or I gotta somehow show that I work on shows and go and hang out with comics and stuff
absolutely.
like that.
Like, it is a very different thing from what I was, because I was like the youngest dude. I was the young dude there, like, and it was me and Kate Cannon, who I guess like was the other younger lady there. She's hilarious, and we were the only ones who were just like kind of like the young upstarts who were like, oh, I want to go out and see the Kanye concert, or I want to go out, but everybody else was just like, I want to go see my wife, you know, like I want to sit down and have a beer. All the rest of them were just like, dudes.
When the fuck does Tina Fey sleep?
She doesn't.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
like
kid.
it's just not only kid, but like acts in a show runs a show. Then in her off time manages to do movies and write
writes
films.
movies.
She doesn't sleep.
What the
That
fuck?
just- I mean, like,
she's
between her and Joel McHale, like, watching those two, I've learned, like, okay, if you want to be, like, a star, if you want to, like, be a name that people are like, oh, I know what I'm getting when I hear that name.
Right.
You can't sleep. He's the same way. Like, he has a wife, 2 kids. He's had them forever.
I know.
He just tours, and, like, every weekend, like, what we would we would be writing, and then she would be filming all day. She'd come upstairs, write with us for like 2 hours, and then be like, okay, I gotta go put my daughter to bed. So she'd leave. She'd give her daughter a bath, play with her for like 3 hours, put her to bed, and we'd come over to her house and write into the night.
oh shit.
And she just wouldn't stop.
Yeah, and that's what I think. You know, so many people. I mean, our culture now is so obsessed with being famous, and so like when you hear about like that or like Joel or people that you respect that kind of earn their place, it gets so fucking mad at someone who's just a douchebag on television, some reality show like.
It's just like, oh well,
Good job.
I married Heidi and voila.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean,
that's like being known. That's not like celebrity.
No, yeah. I mean, but it is this weird thing where there's a big difference because I mean, like I read somewhere that like most kids now, if you ask them what they want to be when they grow up,
They wanna be
will
famous.
say famous.
Yeah, for
They won't
nothing.
say for nothing. They don't want to. They don't care. They say famous, which is before it was just like successful. That used to be. It used to be I want to be successful. Now it's just famous.
well,
which
they
I really
think that's the
And
same.
now the situation makes $8 million a year.
Yeah.
I'm fine
He will
with
crash
whatever
and burn, though.
I'm
There's
fine
no
with
way.
whatever
Yeah.
they do, though. Just like I just hope they stay away from comedy in general, because there's the kind of people that just like they want to be famous. So they're like, oh, I'll do stand up.
Well, they can't though. They could try it, but they will fail.
They will
like
fail.
comedy,
That's true,
comedy
yeah.
takes work.
Yeah.
Right.
Whenever anyone says like, whenever I can tell someone doesn't have the stand-up gene, but they're like, oh, that's easy. I want to try that. And I'm always like, try it. Try it for a while. See what it's like for a month.
For a month.
Go on the road. Give it a shot because it is. It can, like we've said on this podcast a million times, it can be not rewarding for other than just getting up and doing it. So
Yeah, I try and tell everybody, it's just like, if you don't like it, you're not gonna.
You
do
will not
well
stick
at
with it.
You won't stick with it because there's no like that story like Seinfeld tells like kids when they come and it's like I want to be a stand-up and he'll be like, you're never gonna make it, don't do it, it's too hard, you're never gonna make it. And his philosophy is like, if they can take Seinfeld being like, you're not good enough, you're never gonna make it, then he's just picking off the weak ones. You know? And he's just like, it's true. Like if you can take Seinfeld being like, you're not gonna make it, and you still do stand-up. You want to be a stand-up. You're not going to do anything else. You're not going to be a doctor.
Yeah.
You know?